Alright, hello everyone, my name is Zach and welcome to another live stream of Assassin's Creed Unity, my 100% series. Today we're going to be streaming a little bit shorter. We're going to be streaming from 1 p.m. to 4 instead of 1 p.m. to 5, and the reason for this is because I kind of had a start today again. I had another case of insomnia where I wasn't actually able to fall asleep until about, where is this? Okay. I wasn't able to fall asleep until about, until about like 11:45, and I literally had an hour and 15 minutes to wake up. And I was just really tempted to sing a certain, rap song, but or not really rap song. I think it's a song by Evanescence, but yeah, I had a start today, and I have not had the chance to fully edit and upload my last live stream yesterday for Sims 3 Pets. So I want to have the opportunity to have some time after the stream to edit and upload Sims 3 Pets, and I want to be able to get this video edited, get this stream edited and uploaded, and ready to upload by tomorrow morning, and hopefully I'll be able to wake up on time. I have no idea why I keep on having this issue.
Wait. Get him off balance.
I have no idea why I keep on having this issue, but it's honestly kind of infuriating. But we're here. We're gonna be streaming for just a little bit, just 3 hours. Wanna see how much we can get done. Okay, so this is 3-star chest. Can't do it.
Come here! I'll squash you like the bloody maggot you are! Stop you! Right there!
I will say I'm actually kind of glad to be back here again. I definitely feel that this game is just kind of has highs and lows for me. Like there are some times where I actually enjoy this game, and there's sometimes where I just kind of find myself annoyed, to be honest. I'm glad to be back here once again. For anyone curious, we are just going to be doing the, clearing out these last 2 districts in this area, and then we're going to be doing the main missions. Don't know if we'll be able to finish Sequence 7, but we'll at least start it. Oh, you have a little telescope here, that's pretty nice. Okay, let's go ahead and we will try and clear out this area of collectibles.
Garde! Au secours! Il y a un tueur dans les parages! Il y a un corps ici!
Trying to find the door that leads into this place.
Il faut l'envoyer à Bicêtre.
God dang it, I really freaking hate this position. I'm actually gonna find a store and lockpick this thing, and then we'll come back. Hopefully it'll be in a better position. Because right down at the bottom is just kind of in a poor position for me.
Bonjour à vous.
What I actually want to try and do, voice crack, is I want to go over here and check out this staircase, see if that leads where I need to go.
Le vois-tu alentour? Bien conscience, crois-moi. Cheer, my friend.
This water looks disgusting.
I'll got ya! Oh, where's now I got it!
Okay, this is 3-star chest. I'm really apparently rusty where I'm getting my parry timing all wrong. I'm actually going to need to, I'm actually going to need to, like, stop by a store again.
What cheer, my friend?
Whose side are you on then? What do you say? Who are you?
For anyone curious, I'm definitely like not the best at this game, so I'm making a lot of mistakes. I've been actually noticing for a while now that I've been actually kind of struggling with this game lately, but I'm doing my best.
Par le mari.
Okay. This actually needs to be up above. Okay, there we go. Hopefully this artifact they're going to be going to next isn't actually in the restricted area, because we want to like lockpick level 3 block. This is interesting. I didn't think that we'll be able. I kind of phrased that weirdly. This is a path I didn't think we'll be able to go towards. Oh my god, there's a door right there? Jesus. I didn't need to pick those doors. I didn't know there's an open door right here. I don't know if I grabbed these two chests last stream, so we're just gonna check them and they're gonna kind of work our way out and around. And actually, thinking back to yesterday's stream for a while, I'm actually been really proud of the progress I made yesterday. We actually got like a real pain in the ass achievement, and I'm actually really proud to be able to make that type of progress. But another thing that I'm proud of is we are actually making some significant progress to actually finishing that game. I didn't actually realize how close I was to finishing until I actually got to the end of the stream, and I saw.
Might need pacifying that one. Spineless, you're no patch. After it.
Didn't realize how close I was to the end of the stream until I actually saw the progress for achievements for challenges, and it said that I was at 144 of 266, which is actually really close.
Die! Come back here! Very simple. You will pay for that.
There we go. This is 3-star chest, can't do it. Once again, like, my thing is glitched. I have no idea what's causing this. Arnold shouldn't be crouching here, not even holding left trigger. One thing I will say, in relation to my novel project, I am a writer and I'm actually working on a novel series. I've been actually talking about the possibility of me having like a recurring series where every now and then like I'll have like a like probably like once a week I have sort of like a podcast of sorts, so I just kind of talk about like the parts of my book and if the pre-start can't do anything about it. And I was talking about the possibility of me kind of analyzing my own work and trying to like give advice for new and aspiring writers. Like myself currently, if I'm going to be honest here. And I was talking about the possibility of when my book is finished, of me kind of using my channel to I thought that there's two like guards that had like so similar dress.
Got you now.
Can you just leave me alone, guards?
On dirait qu'il y a de l'agitation.
Coming. Throw him out. The legs. Go for the legs.
There we go. I need to swing by a store and restock supplies. Yeah, to try and continue what I was trying to talk about before, what the reason why I kind of bring up that topic. I'm actually getting very close to finishing part 2 of book 1, which is essentially a total of about like 33 sections. I used to go by chapters, but since I kind of switched kind of how I'm writing it, it's no longer in chapter format, but rather in a series of perspectives. And each section is anywhere from like 7 pages long, bare minimum, to about like 12 or 14, I think is the most I ever had. But what I'm actually kind of excited about, I guess you could say, is I'm actually very close. I'm actually at the hump right now. I'm at the hump, and the hump is essentially, okay, so this is not a 3-star chest. The hump is essentially like the point of the story where I kind of delve more into the antagonist character to try and make the audience realize that the situation between my protagonist and my antagonist are not as black and white as people have been led to believe. And the way I do that is to kind of talk a little bit more about my novel project. The way I do that is I'm writing a story focusing on the fictionalized conflict of heaven and hell. And I want to try and like make a world where no sides are like there's no like the demons are not inherently like evil per se, and angels are not inherently good. Like there's just there's morally gray on both sides. And I'm trying to like pull the whatever I call it, like kind of turn the thing on its head.
Damn fence-sitters! Liberty has no use for you, bloody chap!
I'm trying to like pull the thing on its head to try to play with expectations. And throughout the entirety of like the first half of my book, I've been kind of painting one of my characters on one side as the good side, but there will be a point, like in the chapter that I'm about to write, is when I'm gonna be trying to like tell this side from the other perspective and trying to explain like why things are just not as simple as people have been led to believe. And if I do this successfully, then it could really make people question on whether or not like which side is actually just. And that's really kind of what I want to try and create, is that type of discourse where people actively question whether one side is good and one side is bad, and like which side is actually inherently the best side. And I'm when I get to that point, when I finish my book, it's gonna be a real There's gonna be a real struggle.
How we get moderate?
It's gonna be a real struggle not to like let my personal biases get in the way, but it's because there are some characters that I just because I know like who they are and what I have plans for them, it's definitely gonna be hard for me to just not paint them in a better light than where they're currently depicted, because I know where the characters are going. But it's something that I'm really excited to be able to talk about in further detail when my novel project gets off the ground. You can deal with that thief on your own, Lanny. You don't need me.
Get my hands on you! I'll rip your bloody eyes out, I will! Where do you think you're going, maggot? You can't escape! Wait a minute! Look at that! Daybreak! There you are! No!
Where are you going? Okay, there's a 3-star chest. I have no idea why that guy went out the window. At least it looked like he did. Even though guards could do that. Okay, so it's not RT and B to free run down. It's probably RT and A. I kind of got into sort of like a type of argument, I guess, with one of my, not really a friend, he's kind of more so of an acquaintance, but he's someone I talk to a lot. He's actually sort of like a mod in a Discord and like a streamer I follow. You can both like his streams and his Discord thing. And I wouldn't really say that we got like, you know, full-on argument. It's just kind of more so of a disagreement. But he was kind of saying some things that I just didn't really agree with. Like, he was saying that the Black Flag is like the worst of the series, and he considers Assassin's Creed Unity to be terrible. He considers like I don't know, like what else did he say? He considers Assassin's Creed Unity to be terrible. He considers Assassin's Creed 3 to be a bad game. He considers there's so many things that I actually can consider controversial that I don't really agree with per se. And what is kind of unfortunate. What's kind of unfortunate is the fact that I didn't really kind of handle that disagreement well, where I was kind of actually attacking him. I kind of got a little bit upset about it, and it's just I definitely kind of realized in that moment that I may be slightly biased about this series, but yeah, I'm actually pulling up a map for Assassin's Creed Unity just so that I can have all the locations of the Paris stories pulled up on my map. Okay, so looks like that there are. Looks like all the missions we have on the map are actually already up. We're actually gonna start with this one. One thing that I am kind of, I'm still kind of waiting on like the story to kind of hook me. So far, like this story has just been kind of mid to me. It's not so much to say that it's like a quote unquote bad story. It's just the characters haven't really done anything to make me interested in the story, which is kind of unfortunate.
Soyez les sous, soyez les fous. Contrôle ton ton. know. Got ya. Right, next. Avoid that one. Sorry, mate. Expired.
There you go. Fall down dead is next. One thing that I am kind of looking forward to, there's actually one thing that I've been looking forward to the most, if I'm going to be honest here, and that's actually getting like the actual Thomas the Cornelian armor. I get a feeling once I get that, then it'll be like incredibly easy. It'll be kind of fun to do, actually. Okay. Next up, we have you. Oh, troubling his soul.
C'est une espèce de jeu.
Piano afficher tes couleurs.
What's happening?
Je suis prête à tuer pour une miche de pain.
Damn moderate! Il avait raison. Les rues ne sont pas sûres. You pay! Shit!
You done? You done? Yeah, what star do? Oh, this is a 5-star one. And well, let's see if we can. We should be able to do this just fine, actually.
I've been wrong. That tailor refuses to deliver the coat I have ordered for Louis Antoine de Saint-Just.
Must be a misunderstanding. I'll speak to the tailor.
It's either his head or mine.
Find the tailor.
Nous allons tout mettre en pièces. You don't deserve anything but a blade to the guts.
That man outside says you owe him a coat.
No one's getting that coat until I get some answers.
About what?
This material. There's something fishy about it. I tried to ask the tanner, but rough men outside the tannery turned me away.
I'll see what I can do.
And a little bit of a mystery on our hands. The fact they said something fishy about it really kind of makes me. The first thing that came to mind when they said something fishy is it's just because it's like made out of leather, like, ooh, it's made out of fish skins.
Bloody conservative! Citizen! Over here! Stop! You! Citizen! You there! Hold! Stop you! Yes, you! You're mine! Come on! Come on! Oh!
Okay. Work on picking these guys off one by one.
Could get strung up if people found out.
There are some more snipers. Luckily, they're kind of spread out.
Here you are! Let's just get him bleeding! Where are your balls now? You're mine. You can't outrun me.
Get down, Arno. Did not mean to freaking double tap it. I freaking hate that shit. I'm pressing it once and it registers 2 presses. I don't know if like my right bumper is sticky or something when it shouldn't be, but it's really fucking annoying me.
Oh, smells disgusting.
Is the next batch ready?
Not yet.
Sarjus is starting to ask questions.
I think the tanner's losing his stomach from.
Please, help me.
What happened here?
Sounds used. Wanted leather. But not from cowhide.
You're making leather from human skin?
My God! I was forced!
Saint-Just will pay.
Well, that took a turn. Holy shit. That was not what I was expecting. It honestly kind of makes my stupid theory. It makes my theory as a joke of it being fucking fish skins sound incredibly stupid in comparison. Oh my god, that was dark. That was dark, 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 and I love it.
Ma foi, il est impressionnant.
Human skin. Oh god. Was it like Texas Chainsaw Massacre or something? Or like the serial killer like made like massive like human skin? Am I thinking of a different thing? I'm probably thinking of a different movie. Was it Texas Chainsaw Massacre? I think that the movie I'm thinking of has that line where someone kept a like a serial killer kept someone like in a well, and he was lowering a bottle of lotion down to her to put it on her skin. And I think one of the things that he says is he puts a lotion on the skin so that I can't remember the line. I think that's the movie I'm thinking of. I just don't know if it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That leather is made from human skin.
It had better be. That's why Saint-Just is paying so well.
You'll both pay with your lives.
You know, you may become a nice coat yourself. Seize him!
Can you break this?
Okay, gonna speak to the tailor.
Un homme comme on en voit peu.
You won't get past.
You were right.
What is it?
They were using human skin to make the leather for Saint-Just's coat.
My God. I'll make sure this leather is used as evidence to denounce Saint-Just and bring him down.
Good luck.
I was kind of wanting to kill Saint-Just, but okay. God, that was dark. Wow. I like that quest a lot. Arno? Arno? Get down.
Never seen the like, poor fella. See that fella over there? Jacques Necker. That's right, Necker. Man we all wanted in charge at a bank. Now look at him, poor old codger. Can't even tuck his way past a border dog, but he's got a thing or two in his luggage, eh? But he's got some secrets squirreled away in his pockets. Man like him.
guards are gonna come at me.
Bloody! Die already! Warden! I'll rip your liver out! Kill you for that! You will face my death!
You're not gonna face anything, dumbass. And you should have ran. Monsieur Necker, I have successfully secreted your valuables with 3 trusted men who can be counted upon to disperse the funds in ways that will allow us to weaken the revolution in view of returning a monarch to the throne. These men are eminently trustworthy. The locations are as follows: 7 Rue Saint-Jacques, 14 Rue Saint-Genevieve, and the barn at the Rue at the end of Rue Saint-Jacques, respectively your 7th block. I need to get a shop and replenish my supplies.
A-t-il perdu la raison? What's going on?
Patriote, viens donc afficher tes couleurs.
Bienvenue dans mon échoppe.
Yeah, let's get started.
Envoyez-les d'où ils viennent. En enfer.
Necker knows a thing or two. When people come to their senses, he'll set them straight. Necker's the man to right the ship, set the course. You trying to be a pop? I'll get you righty!
There's no way out! Stick that!
I have to wait until the thing goes away. Okay, there we go. Valuable bonds, mission items.
Keep a good watch, lad. When the revolution ties itself out, this little trove will help usher in a new... soul of our country. God bless it! Not like the last one. That's right.
The orders were to protect this area. Why then did you wander over there?
I'll have a word with you.
Hinderer! That is not part of the area.
Now I go!
Halt! Stay there, you!
You're right! Can I? Right! Don't put! Damn you! You'll pay for that!
I'm using smoke bombs a lot, not only because I need to get these enemies stunned, but because there's a sniper up above. I don't want him to kill me.
Get 'em. You can't escape, maggots! Ah! Christ! Body there. That's no good. Come on! Come out where I can see you! Go, Patriot!
Should have taken a shot when he had a chance, but he didn't exactly have a line of sight on me. I think even without those smoke bombs, he would have been able to see me because he might have been able to. Rare watches. Bag of jewels.
Je suis sûr que tu n'as rien vu.
Trying to get my supplies back.
J'espère aucune clémence, mon tour.
Alright, this should be fine.
Seigneur, que s'est-il passé ici? Oh diable! Plus dans ton village, crétin.
Hopefully we don't have another warehouse to infiltrate. Dream element is late.
Come here! I'll mash you like an old potato!
Qu'il est drôle.
Damned humid down here.
We'll get our reward once this foolish revolution is done with and we get a proper king.
Can't come quick enough. You want me to come over there and crush you, you fella? Coming for us now, are you? Something's going on. What the hell is going on?
I'm actually gonna need to go to the other side. Get that other sniper. Yeah, let's infiltrate.
Suffer!
Ah, fell in the loop.
I'll have your head!
There you go. Let's go up one more floor. And there's loot this chest. Golden statuette. Yeah, he died.
Garde! Venez vite par ici! J'ai trouvé un cadavre!
Now the question is, will we get surrounded by 30 freaking guards again?
Get over here! I'll finish you quick if you ask me!
Really, this is impossible. I'm making a simple trip to my homeland.
Are you?
Here. I've come across quite a lot of money recently. Take this and buy yourself a barrel of rum. And let this revered gentleman through. He's suffered enough.
Young man, that is extraordinarily kind.
It is.
I can't hear the pronunciation of extraordinary as extraordinary
Makes me happy to see you.
without thinking of the song by Frank Sinatra. Or not really. Who has seen that song? It's not Frank Sinatra. The song's called LOVE. By Nat King, LOVE. The reason why that's I can't hear the phrase extraordinary without thinking of that song is because there's a line where Nat King pronounces extraordinary as extraordinary, and this is really like the main reason why I can't just see it like any other way. It's just hardwired into me. Whenever I hear that pronunciation of that word, I think of that song. It's a good song. I think I first heard it in Parent Trap, like the first one with the two little redhead girls. It's a good song. It's just it kind of ruined that pronunciation of that word for me because I just can't think of anything else but that one song. I keep on thinking whenever I hear like a sort of like a blues or like a swing music type of thing, the first thing that comes to mind when I think of the artist name for a specific song in that genre is always Frank Sinatra. It's never anything else. It is always Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra is actually, if I were to travel back in time to see like any popular musician or any popular playwright or whatever, I honestly wouldn't mind like going back in time to see Frank Sinatra in concert or in performance. He doesn't. I don't think he had like any concerts as we kind of expect him to be today, but he did have he did perform at clubs and venues and stuff, and I would love to be able to travel back in time to see him in action. I actually love Frank Sinatra's music. I actually have a channel on Pandora where I listen to his music when I want something different.
J'espère que tu sais ce que tu fais.
Autant de cervelle qu'un veau. Attendez. Ça, c'est de la viande.
Okay, open this chest.
Je vous imagine bien la bague au doigt.
get away! Bloody slow! He won't hold out much longer. Got ya! There! You're mine, corpse.
Can't really parry with that weapon now, can you? Okay, so we're gonna kind of go around this outer wall and kind of grab this stuff and kind of move inward and go outward. Okay. In other news, there's a YouTuber I follow that does pretty much like one of the only ones that I can think of, where he kind of prioritizes like cinematic playthroughs or anything else, which means he just plays games with the intent of like sort of like it being, ooh. He plays games with the intent of it being, he plays games with the intent of it being kind of shown off like as if it's on a movie. And he has a lot of 100% playthroughs, but recently I've been actually kind of watching his 100% playthrough of Assassin's Creed, what's it called? I've been watching his 100% playthrough of Last of Us Part 1, and that game just looks fantastic. Honestly, I'm kind of thinking about going with this one. I don't actually know which one I unlock, like maybe it's Infinite Green, but I actually really like the look of Winter Roses. Need 20 more Cockades for me to get the one that I'm actually really looking forward to.
Makes my bones. What are you doing out with?
Bloody hard. It's right in front of me.
There we go. Another chest we can unlock. Purple. There is a game that I'm planning on covering in the not too distant future. It really depends on how much progress I'm able to make on certain games. But there's a game that I'm planning on covering called Saints Row. Saints Row 1 on the Xbox 360. I'm actually going to be playing that on the Series X because it's backwards compatible. I am a huge fan of the Saints Row series. It's probably one of my favorite shooters, if I'm going to be honest here. And I have never beaten Saints Row 1 or 2. I've only beaten 3, 4, and I think that's it. I have heard so many people claim that Saints Row 1 and 2 are like the best in the series, has like the best story and all this kind of stuff. I have never been able to experience that for myself. I've never actually been able to successfully beat Saints Row 1 or 2, and part of the reason is it doesn't. Saints Row 1 in particular doesn't have a checkpoint system. So if you lose in a mission, you oftentimes have to start over from the beginning. And it's just kind of really frustrating when you make all this progress on the mission and you die in it or you fail an objective, and guess what? You have to start over from the very beginning, from the mission start, and it's just so infuriating for me. It got to the point that I tried and failed to get far into it. I think there's about 3 times now. I think the first I ever got was completing the Vice King storyline and getting about halfway through the Carnales storyline. And I'm honestly kind of thinking that if I were to be able to stream that game, just spend like 3 or 4 hours a week working on it, then I may be able to enjoy it a little bit more. And I'll be maybe able to make more progress as well. But Saints Row 1, it has like a really interesting storyline, but it definitely kind of has problems. But one of the things I absolutely love about the Saints Row franchise is like the whole like purple scheme dynamic, where like the gang's cut. Ooh, nice! Ezio's Master Assassin outfit. The purple scheme dynamic, where the gang actually has like a specific color scheme, like purple, and I just abuse the shit out of that. Like I have purple and everything, like either purple and black or purple and gold. I love Saints Row so much.
Get out! Die like a man!
Okay, so this chest is 3-star, can't pick it. Let's go to this artifact. Let's also see if we can get some small bombs from this. To my knowledge, I don't think I'm ever going to smoke bomb from these enemies, but you never know.
Il va se faire mal.
Ça ne fait tout sauf mourir ici.
Put that away if you want to mini. Used to say. Pull that old bastard off and die.
Puisque ceci ne me regarde pas, je vais m'en aller.
You just straight I will.
Okay. I need some supplies. Luckily there's a shop right here.
Soyez le bienvenu, monsieur.
Donnez l'alerte. Il y a un corps sans...
Seigneur, tu ne te relèveras pas.
I have 7 artifacts in this district.
Attends, ces deux sont vraiment étranges.
Visage de blague.
D'accord, je vais parler.
À la bonne heure.
$16 of 40 chests, wow. And probably most of those chests were the log chests we couldn't access. Go to here, we'll kind of go out and around.
L'odeur des rues doit être moins forte là-haut.
If I were to talk about like another thing I kind of dislike about the Saints Row 1 in particular is the fact that the shit. How do I get in? It's the fact that the activities are kind of poorly designed, where if you fail in an activity, you actually... I get in. If you're in an activity, you actually have to, you can't restart immediately. You either have to, like, continue where the activity places you, and, you either have to continue where the activity places you, and walk or drive back to the activity start. And or if you die, you have to wake up at the hospital and essentially pay a fine for recovery, which is really kind of stupid in itself. Before essentially driving back to the activity start only to possibly die again. It's just really kind of stupid. There's also, I've noticed, a glitch with activities, especially like say certain activities like say insurance fraud, where cars don't actually spawn. Where cars don't actually spawn, and you have to essentially fail the activity because cars don't spawn and you can't get hit by cars for an insurance thing. And it's just like really stupid. It's like a really bad glitch that actually appears frequently in a lot of Saints Row games. Like I've seen it happen with Saints Row 2 as well. And funnily enough, I've not seen this happen with Saints Row the 3rd or Saints Row 4. But it happened in the remake for some ungodly reason. And God, that pisses me off. I would have thought that with a newer game, like bugs of the past would be in the past. God, it's just so stupid. Anyway, like, as much as I love the Saints Row series, there's some parts of the games that I just absolutely kind of hate, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to do what I couldn't in the past. And actually be able to 100% Saints Row 1. I will not be able to cover the multiplayer, though. That's something that I won't be able to do because the multiplayer is dead. And I don't have any friends that are actually capable of helping me play it, and even then, in all likelihood, I will not be able to, in all likelihood, I will not be able to actually, make any progress. From what I understand, like, the multiplayer is technically still active, it's just no one ever plays it. And I don't know if you need, like, 5 or 6 people for a full lobby in order to start a match. But I definitely will not be able to find, like, anyone to be able to help me get those things. So I'm just gonna, like, do everything in the main story and just not even touch the multiplayer.
Where you off to, Philip? Damn moderate! You will suffer! There you are!
What a bleeding pellet.
There you go. Oh, that was so close. That was not so close. Come on. Come on. $2,000 florins, or whatever those are called. I keep on wanting to call them florins, but they're not called florins. There's one on top of this carriage.
Allez, cache-lui les dents! Il y a un voleur parmi nous! Que quelqu'un l'aide!
Arno? Let's go outward to here. I'll grab this chest. We'll grab those two things. Kind of go outward over here again and grab those guys and work our way down.
Je les ai procurés, je ne sais.
Just hear that, right? Citizen, you're dead, you're dead.
Surprised to meet you.
Anyone of your ilk.
let me through over you last night. Bloody counter-revolutionary! Aha, bastard!
Get behind the bastard! You bleeding bastard! Die!
Okay, there we go.
Ma parole, qu'est-ce qui est arrivé? Moderate scum! You'll pay for that! Get out of here! Ladies, right? Must be! Ah! Done for! Donald Tusk!
And done.
doit être moins forte là-haut.
Got an itch on my nose.
Un homme bien étrange.
It's actually kind of like an interesting little part of the city. Kind of, is it rural or urban? I think it's rural that's in the country.
My friend. Hello.
And now we're kind of in the urban thing.
J'ai donc une raison à faire, moi.
J'en ai bien conscience, crois-moi.
Étrange manière de faire de l'exercice. Bloody conservative! I'll rip your heart out! There!
What's this bloody game, madman? Oh,
So there's like another guard up here. That was so bad. That was even worse. That could have been bad. Literally had the biggest freaking advantage. I screwed it up twice. Part of the city kind of reminds me a little bit of something like Dishonored landscape, a little bit. I have no idea why it reminds me of Dishonored, it just kind of does. I know specifically this part of the city kind of reminds me of landscape from Dishonored 1. And one of the more, it's like war-torn or what do you want to call it, areas. The poor, disease-affected districts. I was curious, I will not actually be covering like any Dishonored games or really any major stealth games like Dishonored. Assassin's Creed and Sly Cooper is kind of more of an exception because it can get away with like not doing stealth by just focusing on combat, but with Dishonored, if you want to like get all the achievements, you have to do like a ghost run of completely undetected, pure stealth, and you have to do like a full chaos run where you kill everyone. And that's something that I don't think that I'll be able to do. And maybe if I had more patience, I was actually good at actually being undetected in stealth games, but not really my style.
Bon sang, regardez le faire.
Hmm.
Quelque chose de peu banal.
Hey! You want some fun? Well, you can't you're in the zone to play with.
Come here! Halt! Citizen! Gonna find ya! Gonna kill ya! He'll slow down.
I'll slay you! Got you!
Notice my sword isn't really like being up to par anymore. So I'm actually gonna struggle against those enemies. Level 3 chest, but I'm not gonna be able to do it. Something to come back for. Gonna grab this cockade, then we're gonna go east towards that shop, restock on supplies, and finally we're gonna grab the last 3 collectibles in this district, I believe.
Where you going? Soil yourself? Need a change of britches? Under its side! Cut him off! I'll break those bloody legs first! Stop this running nonsense!
I almost said Connor.
Il mérite de mourir.
I almost called Arno Connor.
Hey, you! Stay there a moment!
Mettons leur tête au bout d'une bille.
Get over here! I'll gut you, look! No more warning. Next shot nails ya.
Equipment, ranged weapons.
You! Hold there!
Does not want to deal with you, so you can just kindly go to hell and fuck off. I do not like, I will say, I do not like how freaking rifles are designed in this game. It's just so unnecessarily complicated. So all. Oh, there's another mystery here. That's nice. Yeah, let's leave and we'll grab this thing. Cockade. Stop, Arno. The fuck was that? God, I freaking...
Rime cette agitation.
Attention. Stop you! Yes, you!
Really hate snipers in this game.
Halt, citizens!
I'm actually gonna get rid. Wait, I need to be on the ground for this for some dumbass reason. Character customization, geared loadout, weapons, one-handed. What is this? Backsword. Why do I have this marked? Stop, Arnold, climb up. This is something we can pick. Ah, dude, that was so close.
Hold it, you!
Upstairs. Where's the stairs? No stairs here. I need to get to an upper floor. There's an upper floor. Aren't you were right there in the window, dumbass? What the f was that? Arno? Arno, no, you dumbass climb up. Thank you. Okay, that should be it for all of the things in this area. I am going to do... One second. So, we have 2 mysteries, a Nostradamus thing. And we have a, some things. I actually want to do... Let's do the Nostradamus first. Get that out of the way. Then we'll do the mysteries and probably the missions. Doing what I think is more entertaining, I guess you could say, even though I don't really find... Oh no! Even though I don't really find Nostradamus puzzle to be entertaining, as I'm looking up the answers, but... Going back to Twitch. I do kind of want to make... Oh no! I do want to make progress towards getting, God, I can't think. I do want to make progress towards, getting the Thomas Cornelian outfit. That's probably gonna be my in-game outfit.
Citizen, stop right there! Now you got cold feet! Come here, and I'll ice the rest of you!
The fact that you said that I've got quote-unquote cold feet, come here and I'll ice the rest of you. This may be a really, really dumb thing to ask, but did Parisians at this time even have access to ice? Considering there was no, like, central heating or air conditioning at this time? Like, how would they even keep it cool? If there's no freezers or anything. Like, maybe I'm just forgetting something completely obvious.
Sûrement évadé d'un asile.
At the edge of the capital, in the shadow of the wall, the swamp of sorrows burns the outcast fire. I don't know what that means. Waiting for all this to go away. I think this is Gemini.
Encore un disciple de Cagliostro chassant les démons.
Where the dead rest and Stone Eyes watch, vigilant guardians in depth as in life. How about here? I'm actually gonna go back to Twitch just in case someone says something. As long as you can help it get a double assassination from them, but whatever works.
I saw you in the march.
What are you saying?
You. What cheer, my friend? Ah. Il a l'air de s'amuser.
Final riddle: in the fetid muck where the dark stream meets her flowing mother, you will find your goal at the foot of the old tower. I again don't know what that means. How about here? I have no idea like how people are supposed to solve this on their own without looking up a guide.
How are you?
Si je voulais, j'en ferais autant.
Got like about 1 hour and 5 minutes before we're gonna be in the live stream, so let's try to make the most of it. How many Nostradamus Enigmas do we need before we, can unlock the next section? I'm actually gonna fast travel back to the cafe theater to check.
Burning the midnight oil, sir?
You know it. Give me 18 and we have found 14, so 4 more Nostradamus fragments and we will unlock the next thing, which may actually give us the armor. Okay, now what I want to do is do the murder mysteries, the Decapitated Warden. So the fastest way is to fast travel from here.
Un excellent moyen d'éviter la...
I love murder mysteries in this game, and I'm kind of glad they kind of had to come back. And I think I think murder mysteries are also in Task Force Syndicate. It's just I like the ability to play detective, even if I'm not really good at it. I also like how this investigation mechanic did kind of have a return of sorts in the RPG games, even if it wasn't really the focus. Cannery dissolving corpse. The body of an unidentifiable man dissolving in a tub of acid. It has been chopped off cleanly and there's a stab wound in the chest. It is unusual as a puncture bears the mark of an X. On his fingers is an ornate gold ring. The address of the marker is etched on the inner shank. 84 Rue La Belite.
Finally get a vacation, only to find a headless corpse rotting in my tannery. That thing's been sitting here at least a few days. But the wound on his chest, only a custom blade could do that. I've heard rumours those awful gangs love to leave their mark on their victims.
Wait a minute, what the fuck? How did I do that? I was... So it's been like maybe about like 3 or 4 minutes since I last used a freaking lift system, and I just got this achievement now. So there was a guard that must have been walking below me as I was using it, and the thing didn't kill him immediately. It must have been down. But at the time that I started this mystery, in the time I started investigating it, the guard must have died to the counterweight after being knocked down, and I got this achievement to pop. I didn't even know that I met the requirements for this. That was definitely interesting. That was actually something that I was actually kind of struggling to find a way to farm for, and now I don't need to farm for it. Short sword, a custom crafted short sword, likely the murder weapon. The Quillen has been forged into an X, explaining the strange puncture wound left on the body. There's a maker's mark with the address of the blacksmith, 74 Rue de la Parte.
A few days ago, I heard some strange noises outside my window late in the night. When I looked outside, I saw someone going into the tannery carrying something quite large. I just assumed it was Citizen Gilbert, working late as always. I had no clue he was vacationing and someone broke in. Otherwise, I'd have told someone.
Hey. So either Citizen Gilbert was lying about him being on vacation, or there's someone else as a culprit.
How could I not recognize my own masterpiece? Of course, it belongs to Warden LaRue. You must return this. I'm sure he'll be looking for it. You'll find him working at the prison at La Salpêtrière, or home with his wife, Madame Camille. I'll write down the address for you.
Okay. No reason to suspect the jewelry shop owner is a killer.
If the blade left the mark of an X, well, that's one of mine. I forge them custom for the Gangley Marcher Mall. It stands for X marks the spot or some such thing. A hooded fella, much like yourself, purchased one of those blades a few days ago. Look, I can't be responsible for these once they're sold. Check the tavern, Le Creux. It's where les Marcher Mall spend most of their time. I'll write down the address for you.
Hooded fellow like me. I mean, I suppose it wouldn't really be too out of the ordinary for the culprit to be an assassin. I just don't know how likely it is. Unless I someone like turned traitor.
S'il continue, il va se rompre le cou.
He deserved better than this. He had his faults, but he was a good man. Not that his wife even cares. Such fake tears. Always running off with a new man.
Unfaithful wife. Sounds suspicious. Suspicious. I don't know why I sometimes have trouble with that word. Suspicious. Suspicious. It's always sounds weird whenever I say it because I kind of slur my words sometimes. It's not even a hard word for me to say, it's just, it's not even a hard word to say, I should say, but it's just, because of my speech impediment, kind of makes it hard for me to pronounce. Which is just a really slight speech impediment. See, a letter from Warden LaRue. A letter from Warden LaRue to Assistant General Security Officer. Dear Sir, I must inform you of my desire to remove Hugo Solier from his post as Deputy Warden. In the past months, he has shown both an insubordinate attitude and a reckless disregard for the management of our prisoners. Under his watch in the last week, we've had 2 attempted escapes and several altercations arise between prisoners. Please advise... Sincerely, Warden LaRue. So that actually kind of sounds like motive for me, like Hugo Solier. As of right now, Hugo Solier kind of seems like the top of my suspect list. Mainly because of the fact that he now has a motive to kill Warden LaRue, because Warden LaRue wanted him fired. So that's top of my suspect list now.
Many enemies. Running a prison made sure of that. I must admit, he'd been missing 2 nights before I could bring myself to tell the police. It's no secret that I wasn't faithful. But I would never do such a horrible thing.
Very suspicious.
Me? Well, I'm here to console Madame Camille, that's all. Just a friend.
I love her. Warden's letter. Letter from Julian to Madame Camille. My love must grow fast. I still count the days till we can meet again. But with Monsieur LaRue's insatiable paranoia, I fear this day may never come. Each breath he takes heightens the chains that imprison our love. Eternally yours, Julian Lamond. I don't really think that Madame Camille is the killer or had a hand in the Warden's death, but I don't think that she's completely affected by it.
I knew something was wrong. Warden Leroux was always home late, but for him to simply vanish for 2 days made no sense. I heard he'd been mixed up with Les Marcheurs Morts, that horrible gang, but I honestly thought it was just rumors.
Okay, so there is actually kind of two moments of suspects from that I'm kind of suspecting. Like, either the gang had something to do with it, or the guard that the Warden was trying to fire had something to do with it. I'm just actually unsure about which one that is. Like, it's either one or the other.
If you come near me...
Hey, I know nothing, say nothing. I just serve Les Marcheurs Morts their ale and carry about me business. You can take it up with their leader upstairs.
Soyez les sous, soyez les fous.
No stairs here.
Un autre corps. La fin des temps approche.
I was expecting someone to come by and pin LaRue's death on us. Sure, the Warden had some debt, but we were negotiating the release of some of my men in return. Why would I toss away a deal like that? I'm not a fool.
Well, that clears the gang of suspicion in my eyes. They actually had something they wanted from the Warden, so it doesn't really make any sense that they would have him killed. So the only thing that we have left to check is the prison. I honestly, there's only one suspect in my mind that just kind of like makes me think that it's gotta be, there's only that one other suspect that makes the most sense for killing the Warden, and that is actually the guard that the Warden was trying to have fired. He has motive.
Are you coward?
He has motive, and he presumably had an opportunity. He worked closely with Warden LaRue, so it kind of makes sense that he would be able to like get closer enough to cause damage. And considering that the blade, presumably the murder weapon, was kind of abandoned at the scene of the crime, makes me think that he was just trying to leave it behind to pin the blame on the gang. Which, it definitely is definitely suspicious. Like, the thing about now, like the fact that the murder weapon was just carelessly left in plain sight, or not really plain sight, but kind of left at the scene of the crime, does kind of make me think now that he was trying to frame.
Quelque chose les agite, mais quoi?
Et regarde-moi en face quand on y est presque.
Oh, that's suspicious. The head of Warden in the room placed on a pike. Whoever did this was to be sending a message to the Deputy Warden.
The horror, the gall of these vermin. Look at what they've done. Poor Warden LaRue's head placed on a pike for all in the prison to see. Surely a message to me who must follow his brave tenure. I'd wished him a good night just yesterday. I'd heard rumors of his gambling debts with Les Marcheurs Morts, that wretched gang.
Really interesting. So it's actually been established that freaking the Warden has been missing for 2 days. And he quote unquote has met him yesterday. I'm thinking it's actually pretty obvious that Hugo Solier that did this. I'm actually just gonna look it up just to be sure. But Hugo Solier is my best bet. I was right. It was Deputy Warden Solier.
The horror, the gall of these vermin. Look at what accuse me. But I'm in charge of the prison you'd like to throw me in. The irony of being locked up here. Are you enjoying this? Are you?
I was certain the wife did it. She knows the town a little too well, if you know what I mean. Take your pick.
Open felon, no false accusations. What did we get? Gladius. That's fun. Four-star weapon. Force of mine, but this actually kind of look interesting. It's a 5-star weapon, I may consider it, but it's not. I haven't really been too thrilled with a cutlass. It hasn't really been interesting me. I'm thinking that if I get enough money, I do have enough money, but I'm not willing to spend this much money. But I'm actually thinking about getting this. That's actually kind of spoiler. That's actually kind of a spoiler, but okay. And this is DLC. It's still another murder mystery. Actually kind of getting a little bit dizzy and lightheaded a little bit. Probably should have eaten something before I started streaming. It's not really like too bad, so I'm like I'm about ready to pass out. It's just I started getting a little bit lightheaded. Not like a minor case. I wanted to talk about like kind of something that's been kind of on my mind lately. I was honestly kind of hoping that now that I'm no longer classified as a student, now that I no longer have a I no longer have classes with the university or anything. I don't have to wake up early for classes or anything. I was honestly really hoping that my cases of insomnia will be a thing of the past. Clearly that's not the case. Got the middleman. Dead body. The body is dismembered. These cuts are precise, surgical. There is not much blood, but plenty of sand in the wounds. A fish hook was left attached to the flesh, and the skin is covered in puncture wounds. Seaweed. The same algae that grows by the river Seine. It is also covered in sand. Footprints, a heavy set of footprints. There's also something over here. Kitty. Satchel, a small satchel that contains bait, hooks, and fishing line. It also contains a ripped proof of release document stamped by officials at La Salpêtrière, the asylum next door. The name of who was released is eligible.
Hold a moment, citizen! Hey! Wait a moment! Citizen! Don't rush! I'm a good guy! Gonna smash it, rip it, tear it, and the hard amputation!
Those papers are for a patient we just released. He always blabbered on about being a fisherman, so your best bet is to check the river. We also had a patient escape a few weeks ago. You could check their cells inside, just down the steps.
Get the hell out!
Just let me alone. Mattress. The mattress has very many small puncture holes in it. Very suspicious. A book, Guide to Fish Species. Filled with circle drawings and descriptions of various types of fish, while Warden looks to have been read 1,000 times.
What happened? I had a paper cut, but my whole arm got infected because it's so filthy in here. Some surgeon thought he had the right to hack it clean off. The pain almost killed me.
Oh, there's also something else over here. Fishing hook. Disgusting. Hidden under the bed is a dead rat impaled multiple times by a fishing hook. I suspect the asylum fisherman. There's like too many things that are just lining up at the cause of death. Torn medical journal. Pages from a torn up medical journal belonging to a surgeon named Dr. Leonard Ernie. It's filled with drawings of the human anatomy and surgical procedures. It also has a large list of patients and their addresses. All but one has been crossed off. A patient named Charlotte Dorian, who lives at 9 Rue de la Mute. There is also a return address for the surgeon at 8 Rue Palaveau. Both addresses will be worth a visit. As of right now, I suspect the fisherman, but I just freaking spit on myself. As of right now, I suspect the surgeon, but I think there's also possible reasons to suspect the doctor as well. I just don't know for sure. It's just like all the things are just kind of setting up to like pin the blame on the fisherman, but I don't know if that's like a red herring.
Of course, that's my journal. Proof my assistant is taking jobs behind my back. He's always late and off doing God knows what. I don't care how good he is with a blade. I can't trust a man who's stealing clients. Best to let him go.
So right now, based on that statement, I'm thinking it's either the fisherman or the assistant.
What can I say? My boss is a good barber, but a horrible surgeon. I was using his clients to make a little money on the side. Cut out the middleman.
Interesting, interesting. See what we have else to discover. Stop.
Must have been dropped on his head as a child. Get over here! I'll serve you up my face as a real patriot!
So the very fact that that guy said cut the middleman makes me suspect that it is the assistant, mainly because of the mission title. But I'm not gonna let the mission title bias me, but it is suspicious. Oh wow. Is this interesting? Cleaver, a large and very sharp cleaver, could be part of a set. Pile of corpses. The corpses look like they have been sitting here for at least a week. They are hacked to pieces and are now... Huh. So here's what I am thinking now. I'm thinking that the assistant paid the fisherman to kill these people. I think they're both involved. Leather straps. These are like some the kinds of leather straps worn to control a prisoner or patient. They are caked in dried blood. Torn journal. The pages belong to a surgeon's journal. They show diagrams of the human anatomy. Several names of patients have been crossed out. Could be potential murder victims. Very interesting.
I was fishing a few days ago and I found a body floating in the river. Cut up arms and legs too. It must have floated here from upstream. I didn't know what to do with it, so I took it to the cemetery. I'm sorry.
Interesting.
Odd way to get about.
Human limb, a severed arm, looks to be female. There are a few scratches on the wrist. That is very suspicious. I think that the fisherman is lying. Or that is being framed. I just don't know what to think. It's kind of pushing me in like different direction at the moment. As of right now, The assistant is at the top of my suspect list, followed by the fisherman, but I suspect that both may be connected with the murder.
Please, help! My wife is missing. She'd just come home from the butcher, but when I went into the bedroom upstairs, she was gone and there's blood everywhere. I think it's hers. Please, help me.
Blood, there's blood all over the house. It's unlikely his wife is alive. Looks like the body was dragged and then bagged up to carry. Raw meat? Go away. Stop. Uncooked meat from butcher shop. Looks like it has been out for very long. The shop must be nearby. Go away, please. Sign of a struggle. His wife put up quite a fight. Her attacker looks to have had a lot of trouble with her as the house is a mess. Last location.
Soyez les sous, soyez les fous.
Murders? Well, some crazy man came by here rambling about a corpse. That's all I know. How about some fresh pork? My assistant can give you a perfect cut. He's a little slow in the head. Came in here a few weeks ago begging for work, but I tell you, the boy has a gift. A gift that finally leaves me some time to get some fishing in.
Interesting.
I just want to work. I won't bother no one. What do you want? I must work.
Butcher's knives. Butcher's knives looks to be part of a set, though a large cleaver is missing. Where was a large cleaver again? Oh. Large cleaver was found here, wasn't it? Oh god, that kind of complicates things. I'm still thinking it's the assistant, but I don't actually know. There's actually like 3 suspects I come to mind. It's Simon LaRue? Seriously? Stop it. How? It doesn't actually tell me. Apparently it's Simon LaRue.
I just want to work. I won't bother no one. What do you want? I must work. Let me cut meat. There was so much to cut, so little time. So much meat left to cut. Can't stop. Never stop.
Horrible. That's the last time I fish in those waters. Have a look and see which weapon suits you.
Okay. Officer's round axe. Very interesting we have this, but I guess it's nice to have. I think that we are just gonna... actually, I don't know what I want to do. There's actually a mission we missed over here. I have a sneeze coming. Gonna do this first, and I think we'll do one more mission after that. Okay. Finally got down.
Que diable se passe-t-il?
Here now, want to talk to you? Whose side are you on then? What do you want? Who are you fighting?
Okay. Let's go ahead and do this last this companion mission. Should be the last one of the district. And I think the one that I want to do is this one right here afterwards. Let's see how much time we have left afterwards. Maybe I have time to do one more. Okay, let's go ahead and do this mission. Arm the people.
Hello.
Citizen, I could use your help. Citizen, Paris needs you.
How can I help, dear Wang?
Paris will never overthrow its chains with rifles like the ones it has. Its enemies are much better equipped.
Where are these guns coming from?
The local criminals have a mysterious new gunsmith and very wealthy backers.
Seems suspicious.
Kill the gunsmith and collect his blueprints for our own manufacturing.
Yeah, well, let's go. Hopefully this won't be too difficult. And kind of throwing some more and more difficult enemies in this area. Okay. Funny, I can hear a baby crying, but I don't think I've ever seen a baby like in any Assassin's Creed game, like besides like Assassin's Creed 2, like the birth of you see the birth of Ezio.
Seigneur, quelle vision épouvantable.
Tu peux te vanter de sentir plus
Bien,
mauvais.
je ne sais pas trop quoi en penser. Moi, j'ai fait une tâche sur ma cheville.
What was that?
That's it. Come back here and fight! You shit!
Oh, that's the guy.
The blueprints aren't here. They must be at their armory.
No reason to stay here.
Ah, bienvenue, citoyen.
Stop. Stop. Oh, wait, that was actually right.
Vous mériteriez.
Bon, où est ce rapport?
Okay, on to the armory.
Once this new batch of rifles is ready, that'll be the last we hear of Miracle. I could tell.
I'm gonna get built! Stop him! Take him from behind! No! Shit! Move! Don't let him trick you! Now I got ya!
Give me 10 men and some of these new rifles. Miracle
poor will rue the day she was born.
Don't rush in. Let's... You die now! Got you! Where are you? There you are.
Can't shake me, dog!
Really hate snipers, but luckily they're so fucking weak. It's just they're kind of useless. And lastly, you.
Serait-ce une espèce de jeu?
Peter Theron Demericord, I'm probably butchering that pronunciation. I actually didn't like the purple robe for Arno. That shit kind of a good look for him. I don't know what I want to do, but okay.
C'est amusant. Jusqu'à ce que quelqu'un se blesse.
Well done, citizen. With better rifles, Paris's enemies will fall.
My pleasure.
There's another mission here, but we're gonna save that for next time. Next stream, we will completely finish this. Excuse me. We'll completely finish this district of all mission requirements before we finish sequence 7 and move on to a new district. Sequence at the end of. Wait, hold on, what is that? Oh, okay. I saw this and I thought it was like a district I've been to. Sequence 7, well, after sequence 7, which is the mission we're currently on, we will unlock a new Helix thing, which will unlock a new Rift type for us to do. We'll, of course, be doing those Rift types, and we will be getting all the assassin intel for those. Afterwards, we will clear out the La Quarter Latin district. And if I am correct, if we go into character customization and skills, stealth. No, it's sequence 9, not sequence 7. So we're stuck with, what's this, Journeyman Locksmith for a couple more sequences. But, yeah, that's what you can expect. We do kind of have some challenging missions going up ahead. We have kind of a boss of sorts as the last mission, and when that happens, we're definitely going to have to have moments where we're going to have to struggle a little bit. Shouldn't be too bad, but it does actually require us to use kind of an annoying ability, which is something I'm going to need a refresher on. It's essentially Staggering Strike. But that's going to do it. Excuse me, that's going to do it for today. If you are remotely interested in what you see today, all the games I cover on my channel will be 100% completion. I'm going to be streaming Assassin's Creed Unity yet again next Saturday, 1 p.m. to 5 Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to be streaming Sly Cooper 1 for 1% completion on Sundays, 1 p.m. to 5 Pacific Standard Time. And I'm going to be streaming Sims 3 Pets for 1% completion on Fridays, 1 p.m. to 5 Pacific Standard Time. If you're interested in games being played for 100% completion, know that not only go 5% in-game statistic, but 100% in achievements as well. That's gonna do it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all next time. Hello everyone, my name is Zach, and welcome to another live post-stream session where I go over all of the new entries for the database. Today, I'm actually recording this the day after that I streamed, like literally the morning after I streamed. So a little bit late. It took me a lot longer than I initially planned to get the last episode, Cemetery Pets episode, fully uploaded, but we are back here again. If I sound a little bit different, I literally just coughed my lungs out after some coffee that I was drinking went down the wrong pipe, so I just apologize if I sound different anyway. So the only thing that we're going to be, of course, reading for these new entries, for these mysteries, is a case summary. A deranged patient at Los Salvatore Asylum, Simon LaRue, managed to steal a medical journal outlining surgical procedures from a visiting surgeon. Sorry. He became obsessed with dissecting flesh, experiencing illusions of being a surgeon himself. He practiced on rats he'd find in a cell. I'm sorry, I have it's like I have something in my nose, sorry. LaRue felt ready to test what he learned out in the world. He made a daring escape and several civilians were murdered. Their mutilated bodies dumped by the dumped in a shack by the Seine. He eventually found work at a local butcher shop where he continued to hone his skills with the blade. Still, the escape to silent patient was sloppy. His hand-covered boots and a butcher's knife left in the shack pinned him directly to the crime. Sorry, I'm trying to clear my, I'm now beginning to think that it may not just be like in my throat where freaking coffee got stuck, but it's also on my nose as well, as gross as that sounds. The other thing we have is the Decapitated Warden. Warden LaRue had been helping run Los Salvatore prison for many years. His deputy, Hugo Solier, had grown tired of waiting his turn in line. After learning the warden had some very serious gambling debts to the local gang, Marshal Mort, Deputy Hugo, saw his opportunity. Having learned much about the gang's methods in prison, he ordered their custom blade at the local blacksmith, one that leaves a mark of an X on his victims. He then stabbed the warden on his way home from work and tossed the corpse into a tub filled with chemicals at the local tannery. He made the bloody marking of the X clearly visible for all to see to ensure the crime could never be traced to him. Deputy Hugo decapitated Warden LaRue's head and placed it on a pike outside the prison. This was meant to appear to be a message sent by Las Marshals Morts to the next warden in line, Deputy Hugo himself. As an added bonus, it turned out the warden's wife, Madame Camille, had been having an affair behind her husband's back. Deputy Hugo thought he was in the clear. Unfortunately, despite all the work he'd done covering his tracks, Hugo's own words were his downfall. The deputy's statement claimed LaRue left his post the previous evening, while LaRue's wife and neighbors revealed he'd been missing for at least 2 days. That's what I picked up on. It's very interesting how I kind of know that. So we have Anne Joseph Theron de Maricourt. She was born Anne Joseph Theron in Maricourt. An unsuccessful opera singer, she joined the revolutionary movement shortly after the storming of the Bastille. She was involved with the Women's March and was in the crowd when the king was forced to pin a revolutionary cockade on his hat. Maricourt cut a unique figure in the crowd with her preferred outfit, featuring a riding habit, man's hat, and pistols. In the early days of the revolution, she regularly attended the National Assembly, watching from the galleries and following it when it moved from Versailles to Paris. Give me 1 second, I need to fix something. Probably should have spent more time clearing my conscience before I started recording this thing. Mary Quard left Paris in 1790 and was arrested by the Austrians, who will later release her. She returned to Paris in 1792, eagerly rejoining the revolutionary cause. Her imprisonment increased her notoriety, and she was invited to speak at the Jacobin Club. She became an ardent supporter of Brisset and the Girondists, who was slaughtered to being attacked and beaten by a group of Jacobins in 1793. That's kind of sad. Les Chouans. At the time of the revolution, counter-revolutionary bastions established themselves within France, the most famous and powerful of which were the Les Chouans. In the Vendée region as western France, Les Chouans rejected conscription into the National Army, and alarmed by the radical anti-clerical direction of the revolution, raised their own troops to oppose it. More largely, the term Chouans came to be associated with rural, anti-revolutionary, pro-royalist sentiments. They also seem to be associated with the sound of sneezing. You could never be sure whenever someone was discussing Chouans or just had a heavy cold. Very funny, Sean. Okay, we have Jack Snecker, Swiss-born banker, financier, and politician. Jack Snecker was an advocate of the ideas of the Enlightenment. Louis XVI appointed him Director General of the Treasury. Then of Finance in 1776. It was Necker who suggested that the king use loans in order to finance the support that France intended to offer. To the American insurgents during the War of Independence. When France's debt grew too large, he was forced to resign, called back in 1788 to remedy the situation. Necker was seen by the populace as a voice of reason. He advised the king to summon the Estates General. When that didn't work well for the king, Necker was again dismissed on July 11th, 1789, sparking an uprising at the Palais Royal under the instigation of Camille Desmoulins, and indirectly the attack of the Bastille 3 days later. Necker was called one last time before resigning on September 3rd, 1790. He then retired to Switzerland and concentrated on writing works about finance and the economy. Louis Antoine de Saint-Just. Born in 1767, Louis Antoine de Saint-Just quickly sided with the revolution. In 1791, he was elected to the Legislative Assembly. He made a name for himself when he addressed a convention at the trial of Louis XVI, stating, "A king must reign or die." His words met with prolonged applause. Saint-Just was the first to openly pronounce what many thought but did not dare say. In September 1793, the French Revolution veered dramatically towards terror. The Committee of Public Safety increasingly asserted its far-reaching power, especially its leaders, Robespierre, Couthon, Collot de Herbois, and Saint-Just. Perhaps due to extreme positions, the legend eventually grew, insinuating that Saint-Just had clothing made from human skin in the terriers of Paris. With the fall of his friend and colleague Robespierre, he too met the widow on 10 Thermidor year 2nd, July 28th, 1794. So I guess it was just kind of like a fabrication, like a rumor here saying that he actually had just made a human skin. It wasn't actually true. Stations, bridges, Pont de la Tournelle. The Pont de la Tournelle replaced a wooden bridge constructed in 1370, whose complicated name, Pont de Fust de la Notre Dame et Saint Bernard, did little to make it popular. Washed away by a flood, it was finally replaced by a stone structure in 1756. La Tournelle, for tourists, was a small fortress that was well known for among Parisians, and it served as a comfortable prison reserved for gallery slaves. Thanks to the caring priest Saint Vincent de Paul, public charity that supported these galley slaves. However, on September 3rd, 1792, the prison's 63 convicts were butchered by drunken patriots, worked up to a frenzy by the diatribes of Marat, who had no doubt mistaken the convicts for dangerous counter-revolutionaries. Well, it sucks to be them. General, General Wall, General Farm was a much-hated private tax-collecting organization that built a wall encircling Paris as a means to collect tolls on goods entering the city. As opposed to those much-loved private tax-collecting organizations, these guys are a bloody riot. The wall was marked by 62 barrier gates built in classical style, many of which still stand today. Suppression of the Farm General was one of the most popular acts of the National Assembly. And that does it for all of the new entries of the database. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all next time.